Welcome to Tech Talk, y'all.
Hey, and welcome to Tech Talk, y'all, episode 401. This is a production of Edgewise.Media. I'm Adam Walker.
And I'm Sanjay Park. And true to form, our episode last week, which was episode 400, we published it late because that's how we roll. So
yeah, I mean, it helps.
Milestones mean nothing.
Don't forget to publish things. It does. That does help. It was a busy day. That's all I'm saying. So
it was busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So
this one might be late.
But we're glad to be in the fours now with y'all. I think we have we teased this yet on the show that there's a special episode coming soon.
No. I think tease it up. Yeah. What episode number is that going to be?
So it's going to be episode 404, which is widely known as the Atlanta area code, the original area code for Metro Atlanta until things got dumb with Bell South and they did all kinds of crazy things. But we also have 404 day here. Yeah. Yes, I'm throwing shade on Bell South, which doesn't exist anymore.
Just a hair.
April 4th, which is 404 day. But, we're going to celebrate a little. We're in Atlanta. We're not in the city of Atlanta. We're in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so we've actually got a special guest coming on episode 404.
But I will say, if you're from anywhere around Atlanta and you're traveling, you're just from Atlanta. It's just easier that way, right? You just claim it as, but I think the people of the city of Atlanta probably don't appreciate that, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So
yeah. When you're traveling, somebody asks you say Atlanta, and then they say what part, and if they actually know what Atlanta is, then you actually specify
that's
where you are and explain it. And usually I do it in relation to the highways. If you go up 85, I'm I'm over there.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. Yeah, there you go. That's
go.
the way.
Yeah.
All right, we got a great episode for you. A lot of just craziness, a lot of articles. Let's just get started here. So I spent 3 months with Telly, the free TV that's always showing ads. And
you did? I didn't know you bought one of those, Adam.
I did not. You get it for free. Don't buy it. I presume that he's going to tell us what the experience was like, except that it's behind a paywall. So I didn't get to read the whole article like some people that skirt past paywalls. So what happened here, Sanjay?
So I read it, and I don't know how I can skirt the paywall, but I can. And it is fantastic of an article. Basically, this thing is always on. And right when you turn on the TV, there's a AI that's talking to you about the news and stuff. It sounds, quite honestly, horrific to me.
I thought you were going to go a totally different direction. I really did.
That I want. I don't want this at all.
Yeah.
This other thing. So, I mean, I guess if you can't afford a TV and you're okay to being bombarded with ads all the time, I think this is what we said when we talked about this originally. This is a fine way to go. But maybe also don't watch on this and watch on your phone instead until you can afford a big TV.
Yeah.
So.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I think as a company, they'll probably do fine. They're just never going to do fine in my household because it's never going to be here.
I mean, especially honestly, TVs are getting so cheap too that if you can pay the extra dollars to not have the ads or not have the intrusiveness, I do kind of like that. Yeah. So
although I got to vent a little bit. So I have some of these subscription services, the streaming services, as I know you do. And one of them, and I've forgotten honestly which one it is. And I'm pretty sure it's one that I don't pay for, I pay for not to have ads on.
Yeah.
I've noticed now when you pause a show, it switches to an ad. It's a still image ad. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't want you. This is the same thing that we talked about with the Samsung fridge, I think last week.
Yeah.
Doing ads on the fridge.
Yeah.
No. Don't.
That's a no, man. That's a no.
I don't like that.
Hard pass.
That's hard pass. Hard pass. Yeah. Something else that is now going to be a hard pass maybe for me. $55 billion deal for Electronic Arts is the biggest buyout ever. And then EA announces agreement to be acquired by PIF. I don't know what that stands for anymore. Silver Lake and Affinity Partners for $55 billion. So they are now owned by I think it's the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund and Jared Kushner's
venture
private
fund
equity
or whatever.
fund.
Yeah, right.
I'm suddenly not as big of a fan of buying EA games.
Yeah. It seems like the stockholders got a pretty good deal. They got 25% above their current stock price as of close on, I think, September 25th. So, I mean, that ain't bad. That's a good return on investment, I suppose. So
good for them. But I think, what happens so often when private equity firms buy these kinds of companies, especially this being such a large buyout, is that they are looking for ways to optimize revenue and profits to make their money back. Yeah. And who's going to pay for it is the people buying their products, which is gamers.
Yeah, that's true.
I very much question this. Hopefully some of the other big game shops are not also acquired and reduce competition, because that's the only thing that keeps those prices down.
Yeah.
And these games are not one for one. Like you and I know, like we both play Fortnite quite a bit. Like you play other games, it's not exactly the same, right? So they're not one for one replacements either.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Vibe Working. Introducing agent mode and office agent in 365 Copilot. Yes, that's how you're supposed to say agent mode. Yes,
I like
that
is.
You said
agent mode.
I don't know any other way you can say it. I don't have another way of communicating that. Like I can't. It's just not cool enough. Otherwise, it's agent mode. So, apparently they're trying to, implement like actual legit AI agents inside of Copilot. You can use them inside of Excel, inside of Microsoft, Word,
Office,
Office Suite, do this for me, do this for me. So basically, instead of like copying and pasting from your preferred AI of choice back into the document, you can just do it in the document, which is about the only difference here, which is
Have you tried this? I haven't tried this yet.
I have not tried this.
Try it.
No, I really should have tried it prior to this recording. But
I'm going to try it at some point.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how much better of a job it can do than me just clicking around on things.
Yeah. Well
I'm really interested in the PowerPoint side of it. Like,
it says it can create PowerPoints. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. So.
If it can make better slides than like a lot of humans out there that basically just display walls of text.
Okay, listen,
that would be fantastic.
It's already hit that mark. If it can create better slides than most humans, the answer is yes. Like a blank slide is better than most human slides. Like, let's just when you open up PowerPoint and you see the blank white slide, that's better than most human slides. Okay. So
that is not an invitation to use it as a word processor, listeners. Like that's not what that is.
So many bad presentations. Presentations.
Here's what's even worse, honestly. They do that and then they read it to you as their presentation.
Oh, that's my favorite. When I'm in a meeting and there's a person that's reading me the document that they've given me, listen, okay, there was one class at Georgia Tech, right? And I went to two classes. It was marketing. It was like legal for marketing or something like that. And the professor was literally going page by page through the textbook. And I was like, I'm out. And I never went back to class. I just took the tests. I'm like, I can read. I'm good. I'm out. See you later. So that's kind of how I feel about those meetings. It's like, I'm out. I can read. We're okay.
Yeah. I really don't understand. Like the alternate though, what I do like is, I think how Jeff Bezos supposedly ran meetings at Amazon. So you were supposed to produce a 1 or 2 page brief.
No, it was a 5-page brief.
Oh, a 5-page brief.
5-page brief. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You would receive it at the beginning of the meeting, and everybody would sit in silence for 20 minutes or something like that, reading it, and then you discuss.
Yep.
So once discussion starts, everybody's read it.
Yep.
And there's, you don't need to go through like detail by detail because we've all read it at that point.
Yeah, it's so good.
I think it's a really smart way to go.
Yeah, totally agree. For our next one-on-one meeting, I'm going to require you to bring a 5-page brief to it. And
I don't think I can do 5-page briefs. You'll get like 3 paragraphs. That's
I think with Microsoft Copilot, you probably can. So
probably could, but I'll condense them. I'll always tell it to condense down. But how I can deal with Microsoft Copilot now is through a creepy avatar. Microsoft moves to the uncanny valley with creepy Copilot avatars that stare at you and say your name.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nobody asked for this.
I feel like that's going to go right up there with Clippy. Like, everybody hates Clippy. Everybody hates the fake creepy avatars. Like, let's just not do either of those. Like, really.
When we know we'll hit that point is when it's on Saturday Night Live.
That was a great sketch.
They've had Clippy on, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I think this is
what we really need
to be on SNL.
Is an avatar of Clippy is really what we need. That's making that's the magic right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I want Clippy talking to me, saying my name and
for sure
doing things.
Great.
No, I don't want that. Don't do that.
Speaking of don't want that, OpenAI adds instant checkout shopping feature to ChatGPT. Apparently, this is only starting out, I think, for Shopify and for Etsy.
Yeah.
But I guess it makes sense because because I've searched for products in ChatGPT many times. It's like, here's the top 5 products or whatever. And it would make sense that you could just go buy it right there and it would just buy it for you. So I kind of like it, I guess, if I'm really being honest, but I don't know if I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the concept of it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm ready to like pull that trigger, as it were.
I mean, yeah. So the idea for OpenAI is that they would actually generate revenue from the people that they are providing the links to.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that they're actually going down this path, because if you think about the evolution of Google and search engines, right? Like, they don't necessarily make revenue based on those clicks through. They make it on the ads.
Right.
They built it without ads. And now they're adding these kinds of recommendations and they're monetizing that.
Yeah.
And so it's still an ad-free experience on that perspective. So I wonder if this just further accelerates the shift from search engines to kind of agentic AI answer bots that find you the things that you're looking for, because there's a lot less cruft in this.
Yeah, I mean, I think very likely. And I'm seeing it happen more and more. I mean, both in my own usage and in the statistics that I see, the analytics that I see for clients, like, there's more and more agentic searches happening. I mean, that's the direction we're going for sure.
I agree with you. I'm using Claude a lot more to ask questions about things that I want to know. But if I know that there's a specific site that I'm looking for, then I go to a search engine.
Yeah.
So it's 2 different use cases now at this point. And I wonder if that kind of sharpens the way that search engines go about figuring out what they provide and show, as well as how they make revenue kind of in the long run.
Yeah, I think so.
Something else that OpenAI is doing, they're launching the Sora app, its own TikTok competitor, alongside the Sora 2 model. As a reminder, the Sora 2, Sora model is about making videos, AI-driven videos. So you can make videos of yourself and your friends and then publish them onto a TikTok type feed, I guess.
Sanjay, I was actually going to talk to you about this. I'm glad you brought this up. So inside of this app, you're able to like give permission to have like a digital likeness of yourself, so you can sort of create videos of yourself in the different AI digital environments. But you're also able to offer your friends like permission to do videos with you as well. So I've got this idea for like a virtual TikTok, y'all. So if you can just download this app and give me permission to use your avatar in the app, it's for the podcast, okay?
Oh, I totally get it.
I want to do it
so
for a meeting
do it this way,
as a test case. Yeah.
Since I'm the more technical, why don't you give me permission and I'll do all the work instead? Because you're super busy. I know. You got all the kids and the activities and all the things that you're doing. I got plenty of time.
I was trying so hard to get through that with a straight face. Like, it would be so great. Come on, Sanjay. Let me have your digital avatar. What could go wrong? It'll be great. I promise I won't misuse it. It'll be so good for both of us.
It'll be good for one of us for sure. That's what I think is going to happen.
The internet will appreciate it, Sanjay, if you give me permission for your digital avatar. Like, the internet will love it. Your kids would enjoy my creations so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Yes. I could just see it now.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing, real question. If you did give me permission to have your digital avatar, what's the first thing I would create of your digital presence? What's the first thing? Come on, you got this. I've asked you about it numerous times. So you should know what's the first thing Digital Sanjay is going to do in the Sora app, assuming that Adam has control of him.
I have no idea. What's the first thing
he's going to dance, dude? I want to see. I've been wanting to see you dance for like, how many times have I been like, I need to see video of the dances you're doing at the wedding. We've been over this. Like, I need dances, man. I need dancing. Sanjay is something I need in my life. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. So,
as my kids have very vividly told me, yeah, like I dance like a dad.
That's exactly why I need that in my life. That's the whole point.
Dancing.
Yeah, I want to laugh at it.
Unless it's choreographed. Like if it's choreographed. Okay. It's a little bit better than dad dancing level, but not by that much. It's pretty close. And I'm told many times, like, so I concentrate, especially in the choreographed dance. Yeah. I'm concentrating to remember the moves. Right. And so my facial expression kind of goes blank. I'm not smiling or anything. Yeah. I keep getting told, you need to smile. I'm like, that's too many. I can't.
Yeah, I can't smile and think at the same time. That's not. Yeah. It's like chewing gum and walking. Like, it's just too much at that point.
You either get me smiling or you get me.
It's like driving and listening to music. It's one or the other. You're not. Yeah.
I do both of those, but sometimes you end up running over something every now and again. So, it's one of those things. So,
I mean, what was that? I don't.
Not humans or anything. It's just like,
okay, we're good.
Just like stuff on the highway. Like those guys ran over with their Tesla, their Cybertruck,
that they saw coming and went airborne. It was great.
Something like that can sometimes happen.
Next up, Anthropic releases Claude Sonnet 4.5 in latest bid for AI agents and coding supremacy. I think the big thing here is that it'll code for like 30 hours straight if you give it a task, which is
they did that and
wild.
They had it make a Slack or Teams competitor.
Yeah.
And after 30 hours, it did it. It just kept iterating. And I've been using the new model too. It's impressive. I mean, you have to keep pushing it to do stuff. Right. And what's interesting is some folks online have built like little shell scripts that basically just have it keep looping automatically. So you don't have to actually be involved, and it just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it.
That's crazy.
Eventually you stop it and it's done.
That's crazy.
And so it is a little crazy. So I've been using it to actually make a move from TogetherLetters, the app that we run, to move it from Rails to React to Next.js. And it's making good progress. Wow. It's not 100% there. And I still actually have it going on today. But man, it's pretty impressive how much it's done without me having to really get involved. I know I'm going to get involved at some point. Right. But for the skeleton stuff, like I already built the app once. So just convert it. Like, do the conversion. There's no actual converter from Rails, Ruby to React, to JavaScript. Right. So this thing is doing it. So it's pretty neat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. It's pretty neat. Something else that hopefully is going to be pretty neat, but isn't neat. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Google is blocking AI searches for Trump and dementia. I was like, where's he going with that intro? Yeah, I don't know where I was going.
Did he miss the article? Is he going to the next one? Because that's a better intro for the next one. But
I started reading at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is good. And then I read the end. I was like, no, that's not good. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, when you do a Google search, it gives you the AI summary, like every single time now. But apparently, in somebody's testing, I didn't test it myself because I frankly just don't care. But you can search, if you search for Google and dementia, it did not give you the AI summary. It just gave you a list of articles or links or whatever. Links, which is interesting. And it feels a little like maybe cozying up a bit, as we've seen the tech oligarchs do. So, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, like, how do they do that exactly, right? Like, is it anything that mentions these two words don't generate a thing?
Deprioritize or something? I don't know.
Is there like a master list of like, if you include this word and that word, don't do an AI summary,
maybe.
Right?
Yeah, maybe so.
And who's typing that list up? Is what I want to know.
Or who's editing that on a daily basis? Because I mean, it can be a million different things all the time. It's crazy.
And are they looking at all the queries and then grouping them somehow to see what's happening? I'm just interested in
So many
back-end
possibilities.
technology as to how that all works. And
I'm more interested in the back-end technology of how Grok works, where it bends to Elon's will constantly, and then overbends to Elon's will. But that's a different conversation. So
that's it. And we'll be getting to that conversation, I think, in a minute. We've got some other articles.
But before that, DoorDash launches delivery robot in latest push into autonomous technology. It's basically like a Waymo car that's much cuter, but it's got like LiDAR and all the cameras and all the sensors. And it's like this little delivery robot that's like this cute little red robot, which is kind of great, honestly.
So here's the thing. We've had this in Atlanta for a long time already. We've had delivery robots. I don't know if you've seen them in town around like Georgia Tech.
Oh, I've seen them all over Georgia Tech. Yes. Yeah. I didn't know they were anywhere other than Georgia Tech, but I've seen them all over Georgia Tech.
They go off of Georgia Tech's campus as well. I've seen them on like West Peachtree and other places.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes you just see them just chilling, sitting there.
Yeah.
And apparently they're just waiting for being used. And so they just sit there kind of hanging out.
Interesting.
Waiting to be called upon and asked to deliver something to somebody else. It's interesting. So here's the thing. We talked about this before with the Waymo cars and San Francisco and people messing with them.
Yeah.
Right. And then they can't. I have seen these delivery vehicles have the same thing. Like they get very skittish around people and things, and they don't know when to cross the street. And all kinds of craziness like this. I had this bad feeling that this is going to just litter up the sidewalks, and then we'll have cars littering up the street and creating traffic jams, and we'll have traffic. And then the humans won't be able to get around anywhere because all these robots are just jamming up all the walkways and roadways.
It'll be
and everything else.
Like those piles of bird scooters that you used to find, you know, like just all over the place, like piles of scooters. Like what is happening here?
And then it's only a matter of time before like kids are being malicious and you know, instead of cow tipping, they're like tipping over delivery vehicles. And
didn't they prove scientifically that cow tipping is not really a thing and can't actually be done? I think they did. I think that's like not a real thing.
Is that not a real thing?
I think it's an urban legend. I think the physics of cow tipping, I think it's physically impossible to do. Like that's my like humans can't exert enough force on an animal that size to tip them over.
I mean, they are big animals. I will say that. I've never done it. I grew up in Kentucky, had plenty of cows around.
Yeah.
That's just not something
I really think it's an urban legend. I don't think it's a real thing. I don't know. Maybe our listeners would know, but I don't think it's a real thing. So
yeah, but I think delivery vehicle tipping probably is a thing that you could do.
Probably a thing. Yeah. Don't do it.
Something else that you can now do and do better, which is good for Epic. Epic Games says Apple's new install process cuts user drop-offs by 60%. Basically, they cut out a bunch of scary screens that's saying, you know, you're in trouble if you do this. This is not going to be good for you. They cut out a bunch of those screens. Reduced it down to one, saying like, hey, just so you know,
we're not in control.
Yada yada. And it dropped off users bailing on the install process by 60%. Which is good. I have so many thoughts. You know, I'm not an Apple buyer at all.
Right.
It's just so interesting to me, the progression of Apple as a company, because I've kind of understood their history since the early 80s when I had my very first and only Apple, the Apple IIc. And then for a while after that, they allowed clones to exist on the market, Apple II clones. And then they went away from that. And to me, at that point in time, they had this great opportunity to expand their market, and actually impact on the market by having these clones. And I think this, you know, if they have the right perspective on this, this is going to drive more hardware sales for them.
Yeah, it might. Yeah,
but
might.
I feel like they want to have control over the whole thing, like soup to nuts. And honestly, part of me, I can't fault them for that. You created the ecosystem. It did not exist before you created this platform.
Well, I mean,
just because it got too big, now you're being told to do this. Like,
for what it's worth, as someone who's been an Apple user for a very long time, I actually prefer them to control the ecosystem for the simple reason that everything works without a hitch and I don't have to worry about it. And so like it allows me as a consumer to be lazy. And am I going to pay a little bit more for devices? Often, yes. Not always, but often, yes. But does it also mean less setup, less headache? It just works.
Right.
Like that's what I want. And I'm paying for that. And I'll pay a premium for that. I'm fine with it. You know, so
I think there's a very large segment of the population that, look, I just wanted to do the thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to understand how it does it underneath the layers. I don't want to have to futz with it to make it work. I think I just wanted to
it's easy to work. Let's just work. Do it. Yeah, it just works. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I totally get. Like I tell people all the time, like, I don't use any Apple products. We don't have any in our house.
Yeah.
But I understand, right? Yeah. If you got the phone, you got the laptop, you got the iPad.
Yeah, get it. Yeah.
The Apple TV, like it all just works.
Yeah.
You don't have to mess with it. There's no like dorking around to make this thing talk to the other thing. Like there is none of that.
Yeah,
so
it's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
It really does make sense. Yeah. And I wonder how many people are actually going to go through this process. Like they say 60% reduction in drop off, but I wonder,
the numbers are still,
what's the volume? What's the number of people
high.
that are actually doing this in the first place?
And just so we clear to the listeners, that's people sideloading a different app store in the EU where it's mandated, not in the US. So that's a whole different ball of wax there. So, but moving on. Elon Musk's Wikipedia competitor is going to be a disaster. So this started as a joke. Yeah, I mean, it started as a joke about Grokpedia and Grok could do a better job and blah, blah, blah. And we sort of like admitted on this show, like, oh, this was a joke. He was joking. He wasn't serious. Apparently he's now serious and thinks that there needs to be a competitor. And I mean, when you're trying to take a repository of information and bend it to one person's will, in one person's worldview, I don't know what you expect is going to happen, but it's not going to go well. Now I understand that like conservatives claim that Wikipedia is sort of anti right wing. I don't know if that's true or not, but at least Wikipedia is broadly distributed among a lot of people and a lot of mediation that's happening versus something bending to one person's will. Right. I'll say at least that much. So
it's like, I think 12 or 1300 Wikipedia like editors. Yeah. So people that are like super involved in all of this.
Right.
And then there's a bunch of other probably thousands, tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of like casual editors. Right. So like I've edited pages on Wikipedia before. Right. I found errors. Sometimes there's just grammatical errors and I'll go in and fix them. Right. Sometimes there's things I actually know and I'm like, okay, I actually know this. Let me make this a little bit better for other people.
Yep.
I think that's a better way to go about it, honestly. An AI doing this, like it's just feeding on other information. Yeah. And like, I don't know, that it just
seems like a terrible idea. Yeah.
Seems like a terrible idea, but he's going to do. Yeah. And honestly, if I was an investor in any of his companies, I would be like, no, I'm out. You just do too much dumb stuff. Like you are spending too much time doing too many other dumb things. Yeah. You need to focus. Yep. And make the companies that you are working on be successful. And there's also too many of those. Yep. But that's a different story. Yep. Talking about something else that's a different story. The FCC accidentally leaked iPhone schematics, potentially giving rivals a peek at company secrets. That's not ideal.
Yeah, that's for the iPhone like 16 SE, I think.
Something.
And I mean, it was like the full schematics, like layout, structure, like circuits, like the whole thing. And Apple pretty clearly asked them not to share this publicly in the cover letter that was also leaked. And I mean, that's crazy. Like totally.
How do they not have processes around this? Like when you submit it and you click the button confidential, do not release. Yeah. Like if somebody is about to release it, it should come up with a big thing. Yeah. Hey, by the way, they said they didn't want this released. Are you really sure? Because if you do this and you're wrong, you're going to lose your job.
It's crazy. Totally crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't understand. So,
yeah.
But maybe this will make them, as a silver lining, maybe this will make them be even more innovative for the next one. Cause now they got to redo all the things because they got to get ahead of competitors that now know all their secrets. So
yeah. Well,
maybe it's good for consumers.
And with redoing things, last article before we're Wacky, Apple shelves Vision headset revamp to prioritize Meta-like AI glasses, which I've said all along is the right move. I mean, like that is the next big marketplace. And so VR is great. I love VR, but nobody's going to spend the kind of money they were trying to put into the Vision Pro headset. They're not even going to spend half of that money. But man, glasses, that's the ticket. So
yeah. So just the other day, for the first time ever, I had a meeting with somebody who was wearing the Ray-Ban Meta glasses
Mm-hmm.
the entire meeting.
Yeah.
And then it made me nervous about what I was saying.
Oh, interesting. You know, Mickey wears
I wasn't
those.
sure if it was. But
you weren't meeting with him in person. Yeah. But
No,
I mean, the Ray-Ban, but they do turn, a light turns on when they're video recording.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On the front, a light, you should see a light, I believe, when they're video recording to let people know that it's happening.
So the light wasn't on.
I mean, unless they've hacked it, I guess, which I certainly could have, but seems unlikely.
Or put a little black sticker over there.
Also an easy hack. That's a great, or some like a Sharpie. Maybe they colored it with a Sharpie, possibly. Yeah, that could work too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just had to get new glasses actually. And I did kind of consider like, do I want like smart glasses? And I wasn't ready to pull that trigger. Like, I think it is the next big thing.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, part of me worries about like, do I really want Bluetooth, signal on my head all the time, all day, every day? Like, I'm not sure that that's bad health wise, but I'm not sure it's good health wise either. Like, that feels a little weird. And then there's the camera thing. Like, I would feel better about it if there was like a physical way to like block the camera or something. Like that would be
physical shutter.
Yeah. Like just something. So there were enough things where I was like, I'm not quite ready for that. I know Mickey loves them, and he's gotten a lot of great video and content. He uses the audio all the time, but I was just like, I just don't know that I'm quite ready for that yet. So anyway.
Time for the Weird and Wacky segment.
Abominable snowman.
He's not an axe murderer.
One of the TAs turned out to be a bot.
First up in weird and wacky and crazy, probably too. Two Amazon delivery drones crashed into a crane in commercial area of Tulsa. I think this is in Arizona. They're trying to figure out what happened. They don't believe anyone was injured, but it crashed into a crane. They said that after the next day or so, they would resume deliveries with the Amazon drones. But also, two people are waiting for package deliveries that are never going to happen because drones went crashing.
Could have been like some really important stuff in there. What if it's a drone carrying another drone?
Carrying another drone. It was an Inception drone. That's why it crashed.
That's what happened.
Because the fourth drone in decided to come on and go its own way.
It just did it.
And then the ninth drone in wanted to go a different way, and then they crashed.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Back to the beginning.
Speaking of drones, retail stores may soon use drones to chase thieves. These are Flock drones. You talked about Flock before on here. And and apparently shoplifting is supposedly a problem, though I'm not sure it's a problem as much as retailers say it's a problem, but that's a whole different conversation. But they're thinking they can use drones to like follow people that take their stuff. So I have so many questions. Like, let's say you're a retailer in a strip mall, okay? And you've got the middle store. Where are those drones taken off from? Like, are they like, do you just have like drones attached like under the awning somehow? They're gonna like drop down and then like go after them. Are they like on the roof somewhere? Are they like at a third party location? You're flying them out. Like, what's happening here? Like, to what degree are we enemy of the state at this point? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This feels like some of those sci-fi movies where you're like being chased by drones. And like, what happens when it inevitably has a false positive?
Oh, when you walk out of that store and they goes beep, 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 and you don't hear it because you think it's somebody else, you just keep walking. And then suddenly there's a drone following your car home and you're like driving home and swerving.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll stop there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be necessary to now equip your vehicle with anti-drone. Yeah.
Also known as a paintball gun, obviously. Oh, you got a shotgun. Oh, okay. I was going paintball. Okay. All right.
I was thinking like a shotgun that shoots out like a net.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's
Just
a good one. Yeah.
Just trap it down. I don't say that you should like be destroying things, but just like a net. I didn't think a paintball would do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Would a paintball do it? Maybe
I mean,
paintball
you'd
would
have
do
to
it.
for sure. I mean, a flying net seems like it's going to cover a better surface area
Right.
to get the
Yeah.
drone versus a paintball is pretty small, and they tend to curve a little bit, so it's a little harder to hit.
Yeah,
things at
see,
distance, so, yeah.
and you've seen my shooting abilities on Fortnite, so I
Yeah.
think that the net is probably a better.
I'm more
call
concerned
for me.
about your driving abilities as you're running away from the drone. That's really what I'm like based on your Fortnite experience. It's like just the driving that worries me.
There's that, but I think I would have to go with a AI actuated auto shotgun turret
Got it.
on the car,
obviously,
that shoots the nets.
Yes.
Right. Like, and then you just push the button and then it just automatically finds the drone and then just, takes care of it. So I don't understand how this is difficult at all.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Something else that's not difficult, at least for this person, the man who's never owned a cell phone.
Yeah.
So I believe this is he in New Zealand or Australia?
Yeah, I think it was New Zealand. Yeah.
New Zealand. Yeah. So he's 63 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Never owned a cell phone. That's kind of awesome.
He's at kind of that, that feels to me to be probably the youngest age where that's going to have been possible. I can't imagine there being anybody under 60 at this point that's never owned a cell phone, right? Anybody, I shouldn't say anybody, but anybody that's in, kind of areas like we are in, right?
Right.
But I mean, I can see over 60, over 60. Yeah, I can sort of get it,
When cell phones came out, he said and he never got one. And then as time went on, he just didn't. And, he keeps his whole calendar in a little green book.
Yep.
He gets a new book every year. And that's how he keeps his schedule. He doesn't have to look at the phone. I actually appreciate it quite a bit. There are a lot of times when I'm out and about and I'm waiting in line, I have my phone with me. I just won't pull it out. I'll just stand there and just kind of look around.
I'm doing the same
what
thing.
Else is going on.
I've been intentionally trying to do the same thing. Yep. Yeah, be in the moment. Even when you're bored, be in the moment. Boredom is good for you. It's good for your thoughts. It's good. It's just good in general. And so just be bored. Be okay being bored.
Yeah. I mean, I see so many people that they're just on the phone all the time. And the worst ones to me, honestly, are when I see people that are, having lunch together or dinner together or whatever. There's two of them and they're both on the phone.
No. I'll tell you the one. I'll tell you the one that crushes me. And it happens at my kids' bus stop in the mornings. There's a mom that goes out to the bus stop with her son that's got to be in second grade. And instead of her engaging with him, she's on her phone most of the time. And I'm like, you don't understand how few bus stop drop-offs you get. Right. And how much you're going to miss those. 20 years from now, you would give 20 phones away to be able to drop him off at that bus one more time. You know what I'm saying? I look at him it just makes me sad. But I mean, I can't say anything to her, obviously. Right. It just makes me sad.
You do but
it's just you're missing a moment here that you don't have as many of as you think you do. And you'll never get it back. So, yeah. I try to be
on the alternate of that. One thing I need to get better at that I don't do is take selfies with people. When
that's
I'm
true.
out meeting folks and stuff like that.
Take the moment.
Just remember.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just real quick. Not during the whole thing, just at the end or at the beginning or whatever.
That's true.
I haven't seen it in a long time. There's so many people I know. I have zero photos of me with them.
Yeah.
You and I, we have a couple of photos here
but
and
not
there.
many, not a ton. Yeah,
not many,
a few,
honestly. A couple of times, when we've gone on, on TV and things like that.
Oh, that Leadership Atlanta trip down to whatever place it was across the bridge
to Montgomery and
that's the one.
And Selma and all that.
Selma. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. We've got those. We've got a handful of those, but honestly, we've known each other so long. I don't have a lot of.
There should be albums full of Adam's face.
Right, exactly. I mean, we do have these videos, so that's kind of selfies together. But just in general with other people, I've realized I don't do that. I don't think about doing that.
I like that,
and I should do that more because those times go, and it's a nice way to remember of we met that time and whatever. So, anyways, something that's not a good thing to. Was this me or you? I don't
you go ahead, man. You got this. You're on a roll.
Okay. Something that's not a good thing to remember. And it is a Fortnite thing. Nazi symbols found hidden in James Gunn's Peacemaker dance now being banned on Fortnite.
This strikes me as one of those. Is that real? Is that really a Nazi symbol hidden? is it? I mean, I get the logic. I get how they get there, and but like, is it intentional?
Yeah, well, I mean, so in the show, apparently, most recent episodes. So I've not been watching the show. It sounds like I need to because there's a tie-in to Superman. Coming, but they're like some kind of alternate reality where the Nazis win type of thing.
Yeah.
And they talked about like the early episodes and they tested them, and nobody, even people of color, realized that it was only white folks in the shows. And it was basically these little Easter eggs to tell you that it was in an alternate reality where the Nazis won. So there might be something here.
So it might have been intentionally to allude to something later in the show. And then it sort of blew up beyond that and ended up in a dance and in Fortnite and like the whole thing.
Previously, it was in an emote on Fortnite, that dance, the Peacemakers like swaying hips or something. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. And it does this move that then they're saying like, oh, like if you do it this way and that way, then you get the swastika of the Nazis. And so it's like, so Fortnite's been like, we're going to ban this for now until we get more information. And then if it ends up being so, they're going to refund everybody that bought this emote because of this. So you got to be careful who you do collabs with, because sometimes they do little hidden things like that. So.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Tech wreck, time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Okay, Adam, it is tech wreck time. What do you have for us this week?
All right, so I'm actually going to call an audible here, and instead of recommending what I have in the show notes, I'm going to recommend this. So I saw this video last night, and I kind of love it. I was able to use Apple shortcuts, the iPhone shortcuts app, and I did this. I created this shortcut for every morning where it gets the current weather and my current location. It looks at my calendar and looks at like all my calendar events. It sends all that to ChatGPT automatically to parse it into a daily brief for me. And then it texts me that daily brief. So I wake up in the morning and at a specific time, I have a text message from myself, and it's like, hey, here's the weather and here's all the meetings you have coming up. And I had it also include an inspiring quote at the bottom. And it's kind of fun. Like, it's kind of like I don't know how useful that is, because I could just open the calendar, right? But it's kind of fun putting it all together and having it like given to me like that. So I'm going to recommend that. Try Apple shortcuts and do some cool stuff. It's apparently more powerful than I realized. So
that is kind of an interesting idea, and I'm going to have to think about it, because it kind of maybe somewhat plays into my tech rec this week. So my tech rec is it's actually a blog post, but it's about a real product piloting Claude for Chrome. So Anthropic has released Claude extension for Chrome, so it can control your browser and do things. So
nice. Yep.
I've played with this a little bit. You know, we talked, I think you and I talked maybe with Mickey, we talked about Perplexity. Yep. I used their browser. I got access to it. Honestly, I wasn't that impressed. It didn't do a great job for me. But same. I've been playing with Claude in Chrome, and I got to say I'm impressed.
Really?
Sometimes it'll do things that'll take a very long time for it to do some things.
Right.
But I just let it go, and then I come back later. So I'll tell you a couple of things I had to do. So property taxes are due soon. I'm not sure if I paid mine. And I was like, I don't know how much it is. I told Claude, hey, can you go find out how much my property taxes are for the city and for the county, and if I paid them or not?
Yeah.
It went and figured it all out just with my address and gave me my parcel ID and all these kinds of things. It was able to do it for my city, not for the county, because it was behind a CAPTCHA. Okay. It told me the webpage to go to and my parcel number, and just go look it up and pass the CAPTCHA, and then you'll be able to find it. I'm like, okay, cool. Second, I have a trip coming up, and I'm like trying to figure out an itinerary for this trip. And I'm trying to do as many meetings as I can, and optimally as I can.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out who are all the organizations that I can meet with during this trip. And so I told Claude, hey, can you go figure this out? Figure out, these are the kinds of firms that I want to meet with. This is kind of their profile. Find me the best ones. These are the ones that I already have meetings with. So figure out a way to optimize my time. And it went and found firms that I had never known about, and kind of organized like days for me about like, here's how you can optimally do these days, meet with this person in this morning and whatever. And, obviously now it depends on if they're available and whatnot.
Right.
It was pretty impressive. And it just kept going and figuring it all out. So,
man,
even though I am not a Chrome user normally, I would hop over there for this.
Tasks.
Yeah. And it'll do email stuff. I had it do some stuff in Dex for me to clean up some of the stuff that I have in there.
Nice. Really?
And so, it was doing a really good job. Yeah. Web pages, websites that you're logged into. I would tell it to go look in LinkedIn for contacts and, like when I was doing the organization for the meeting, and it would go and find if I knew anybody, and like it did all the things on its own. So,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It's pretty impressive. So,
all right.
If you can get access to it, give it a try. It's not open to everybody, but if you're on a paid plan, you can get in line for this. So maybe get in line and see if you can give it a shot.
All right, Sanjay, how can our listeners find and connect with you?
They can find me at sanjayparekh.com. What about you, Adam?
Find me at my website, adamjwalker.com.
Dun, dun, dun.